Hi, my name is Matt and I'm doing a series of videos to try and help people with their Zycoo IP-based bell paging and emergency notification system so they can support themselves and don't need as much help from their supplier or their IT professionals. Today we're looking at adding devices to your Zycoo IP Audio Center. To do that, we're going to need the IP or network address of your audio center, and you can find this either when you're opening your IP dispatch console. It'll be the number that's at the top before you put in your username and password. If you've already got the console open, then it's at the bottom left hand of the window, show the IP address of the server. Or if you're in the middle of setting up, then you should already have this address from a step previous. So I'm just going to enter that for our server now. Once you hit enter on that, if it's the first time you've connected to it from a certain browser or computer or things like that, you should come up with this: your connection is not private. This is a privacy safety check. So we're going to hit advanced and then we're going to go proceed because it is safe. And then you'll come up with the sign-in area. Now if this has been changed, then you should have been supplied this. If it's the default, then it's just admin all lowercase, and then you can log in. When you first log in, unless you've got it saved to a different page, then you'll have whether your license is activated or not, how many endpoints you can have, how many endpoints you do currently have, how much your storage is and how much you've used, the version number of your server, and how many days your server has been running since the last restart. And we're going to go to audio devices, and we're going to go to SIP accounts, and we need to add the SIP accounts or the SIP numbers of the devices we want to add. Now in my instance, I've already got devices. You might be doing a brand new install and they'll be completely blank in there. If you're in my instance and you've already got devices, you're just adding one device, you can hit just add, and it'll come up with the next number that's available and a password, which by default is just some gobbledygook. You can change that at this point, and then everything else you just leave and hit submit. If you're going to add multiple because you're adding a new block of classrooms or it's a brand new install, then you're going to go to bulk add, and it'll give you the start number of the next available number. So in the general instance, if you've only just done an installation, it'll start with 1001. In this instance, it'll give me the next number that's available to me, which is 1021. Then you put in the amount of devices you're adding. So that could be 10, 20, 40, 100, 150, whatever you're adding. In this instance, I'm just going to add 2. And then you'd put in the password that you want for the devices. Now if you want that password to be individual for each device, then you would go to add, and you need to add those devices individually. For a bulk add, then you can just have whatever you like. I'm just going to put in 123, and you'll see this little eye over here. If you click on that eye, it'll show you what your password is. So in case you just got to double check that you've typed it in correctly, and then again you're going to leave the rest of these blank as they are default, and then just hit submit. And then once that happens, you'll see up in the top corner here, it'll say done and then apply. We're going to hit apply. And then once you've done that, then we need to tell the system what sort of device it is. So we're going to go to devices, and we're going to add a device. And then we go to the type, and we can select paging device, which would be your SH30 SIP horn, or the X10 can be set up as a paging device, or it could be a one of the older wall or ceiling speakers, which were one way only in their paging devices. The next option is an intercom device, which is your audio intercoms, your video intercoms. The X10 can be set up as an intercom, so a two-way device. This new Square, the SQ10s are intercom devices because they're two-way, and the wall and ceiling speakers can be set up as two-way devices as well. And then you've got the IP phone, which is your paging phone, or you might be introducing a camera or a microphone or other devices yet to be made. So we're just going to go with intercom device. And then we can name the device, whatever room that it's going into or space. So let's call this room 12. We're going to give it a SIP number. So with the SIP numbers we added earlier, those options are going to come up because I added 2 SIP numbers, 21 and 22. So I can choose either one of those. And then we're not going to worry about labels. I'll introduce that in another video for more advanced users. And then we're going to select Allow Live PA. So that'll allow Live PA from a paging phone, not just pre-recorded notifications. And then we hit Submit. And then we hit Apply. And then you'll see down the bottom here that we now have room 12 with a SIP number of 1021, and it's an intercom device. If we've made a mistake, we can go back and edit that, or we can just simply delete it if need be. And that's really all there is to adding a device. We'll look at groups, etc. in another video. So see you soon.